I wasn't planning on making a video about Overwatch 2. I mean, I got Overwatch not long after launch and played it on and off over the years. And with Overwatch 2 I played it at launch and promptly just stopped playing a few weeks later, and I've never really picked it up since. Activision Blizzard, however, have enjoyed controversial stories over the past few months and years, and so naturally, just recently it was announced that Overwatch 2's PVE campaign was essentially scrapped, and there will instead be some PVE missions and events scattered through upcoming updates, but that's it. Now, I personally have never really been that interested in the idea of an Overwatch campaign, but I did play a fair bit throughout the content drought in Overwatch 1, and we were told over and over that it's because they're focusing on Overwatch 2. Even though it wasn't for me, I was mostly fine with it and thought it would still be worthwhile for a lot of people. That will now never happen, and many loyal players who have stuck through the game's declining popularity and odd choices in development are left with the much more enticing option of quitting the game and just going somewhere else, since it seems the true PvE experience promised will simply never come. I won't exactly go over the lead up to Overwatch 2, but in the short video I just want to bring up how it is now and how it will likely be over the next few months, starting with... I would bring up concurrent players as a metric for how many people actively play Overwatch 2, but it's not on Steam and sources say it can range from 200,000 players active to 1.5 million or even higher. Given the unreliability, I will instead focus on what it seems people think about the game. When it first launched, Overwatch 2 garnered a lot of hate since it felt a lot more like an update or expansion instead of a whole new game. For reference, the main content introduced to Overwatch 2 was 5v5, 1 new game mode, 3 new heroes, 6 new maps and some slight graphical changes. Now, I don't know about you, but all of that doesn't exactly justify slapping a 2 on the title. Still, they've brought up some updates since, including 2 new heroes and some more events. Most of it has been somewhat positively received or kinda meh, but what I found interesting is that for me at least, I've heard very little about all of it. I haven't exactly been active in the news of Overwatch, but usually I'd see each update dominates a lot of my feed for a few days or weeks, but recently I've hardly seen anything. That, of course, is up until now. This is because Overwatch 2's roadmap was revealed, which seems all well and good, but a live stream from developers paints a different story. Here's a short clip to show what I mean.
And so we're left with another difficult choice. Do we continue to pour all that effort into PvE, hoping that we can land it at some point in the future? Or do we stick with this set of values that we've aligned on and focus on the live game and focus on serving all of you? It's clear that we can't deliver on that original vision for PvE that was shown in 2019.
Yes, you heard him correctly. The promised PvE many have been waiting years for is just not arriving now or ever. This has understandably left many players frustrated, and I can't imagine this will do anything but harm the game significantly. So many stuck around for what would have been a campaign, but given the fact that updates for Overwatch 2 haven't been more than just good enough, I think this game will truly decline over the coming months, and I don't see how it will bounce back. What doesn't help, and this is a detail not many have talked about yet, is that the dev team kinda knew that the campaign wasn't anywhere near done, as shown here. Even before the release of Overwatch 2, Activision Blizzard knew the PvE wasn't feasibly going to release, and yet we are only hearing about this now. It's a dark day for anybody who plays Overwatch, and I'm intrigued to see how things will play out, although me and many others suspect it may not stick around for the long run after all. If so, it has to be one of the largest falls from grace in gaming that I've seen, and it's sad to see it go out this way. Thank you for watching though, and I appreciate you sticking around, and a like or subscribe would be of great help. Have a nice day.